Today we're going to be talking about a couple of things. We're going to be sending to the club this document. We would like everybody to print out and send it to us. We would like our coaches to match it so you guys can compare where you think you are and in soccer and where your coach thinks you are and kind of compare the two, and maybe you can come up with some solutions. Like these are some of the subjects. You can give yourself some grades. If you think that you exceed the expectation of this or meets the expectation is 2, and 1 is a need improvement. So NI is stand for needs improvement. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not 0. You are somewhere, but you can improve this skill. So these are accountability, punctuality, attendance, athletic ability, attitude, respectfulness, expects criticism, flexibility, tactical knowledge, healthy sleep and diet, drive to become better, quality of work, willingness to develop skills, communication skills. Do you have any questions about any of this? So I can open it up before you collect this data for yourself. You can type it in the chat. I'll wait about 30 seconds. Write it, please. While your guys are writing, hopefully, you have to write your position, secondary position, what position you play. Let's just say if you're a striker, but you also play right wing back. Or you can put a number. I play a 10, I play a 2 sometimes. And my ultimate player goal is to play college, to play varsity soccer, play professional soccer, play for my national team. You can just reach for the skies. There's no problem with us having high goals, guys. Short-term goals, you're going to write them down in here too. Long-term goals, you're going to list them so you can list more than one. What is your plan to improve yourself? You know, do you have plans weekly? I'm going to spend this many hours to train. I want to go to gym. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. How is your family support? Is your family supporting you? And this is not just financially. Are you able to find an outlet and a support system in your family? Same thing with your friends, school support, and your work if you're working, if you're old enough to work, and your mentors. Who are your mentors? How many mentors do you feel like? Sometimes it's good to list these things so you can actually kind of start having a plan in your mind too. How many mentors you have. Let's just say Daji is one of my mentors, and Coach Luis is one of your mentors. Coach Darren is one of your mentors. And then you have mentors at school, your mentors at this. Like, so list them and what they help you with. What do you want them to help you with? And that will make it a little bit more easier for you to kind of plan some of the things that you want to do. Is there any questions about this? I think this will be fun for you guys and also entertaining to see your view and your coach's view at the same time. And I think it will be very helpful for you for sure. All right. Any questions about any of that before I move to the next thing? So we're going to talk about a little bit of the coach and your relationship. One of the questions I want to get to before we go to the next one is this question right here, the first one, if you can see it. Why is the coach-athlete relationship one of the most important relationships in context of an athlete's sport? Please write it down. I want everybody to write one answer for this. Why is it important for coach-athlete relationship, one of the most important relationships in the context of an athlete sport, in our case, soccer? Everybody has to write something. Coaches too. Come on, guys. Okay, we're getting some. Noah says, so the coaches don't mistake players' position. No, that's not what we're asking. Yes, Moin, because they can help you get better. You can be a little better or much better. So they can help you. Somebody said. Anybody else? Anybody else, guys? Coach Efren? Anything? Mason? Mason, are you faking it? Are you actually not here? The question is, why is the coach-athlete relationship one of the most important relationships? Because if you think you can just, and unfortunately, sometimes parents make this mistake, if you can think you can achieve this because of your incredible God-given talent, you're not going anywhere. Even the best players in the world history, they all share one thing in common: hard work. Hard work and coachability and willingness to get better. If you are not willing to improve, I mean, if you're only counting what your mom and dad tells you, or you think of yourself, that's just not enough. That's a very small percentage. So your relationship with the coach, an honest coach that wants to improve you, completely cares about your improvement, is critical because they will actually show you the real road. And there are coaches that maybe sugarcoat it too much. And I think it's a balance. You need to hear the positives, and you need to also hear the criticism, and to be able to take that, well, what makes you the next level player? In my experience, the best players I sent to Europe to play professional, or seen them here playing either in MLS or in USL or MLS Next, all have one thing in common. They just really liked criticism. They wanted, they craved it. They wanted it to get better. And then low level players, they're like, oh, I cannot believe he told me I'm doing something wrong. That's not a top level attitude. Once a player that is high level player is good enough to receive information and also take it, information that he's not good at, and getting out of his comfort zone. The comfort zone, out of the comfort zone thing is what makes you a next level player. So it's really, really critical that you guys understand that. Okay, this is, and it's not even mine, but well, let's go to the next question real quick. Second question: why is it important to consider both the coach and an athlete when considering training and performance? So what does that mean? Why is it important to consider both the coach and athlete when considering training and performance? This is a coach And it's the player question. Well, write it down, boys. Come on, guys. I'm waiting for you guys to write it. Okay, so you're saying that I should send everybody's parents a message in text that they're not communicating with me. Is that what you guys saying? All right, let's see. We're hearing some stuff now. Okay, good answers. You can understand the coach's direction. To see what the players can get better. For coaches, how to get them out of their comfort zones to learn more stuff. Yep. Why is it important from coach and player to be both preparing for the training? So I would like more answers. Please type it. Keep typing it. I will definitely contact your parents who hasn't communicated with me. You're here. Not a lot of people are here. This is a good chance for you guys to ask some questions. It is really important because sometimes coaches focus on the team too much, right? And those are the moments like we focus on one issue or a team so much that there are individual things that you're lacking. So the coaches need to consider that too. To be able to consider that, you guys need to communicate. For example, I am running a high pressure drill. Okay, we are asking the offense to press the defense. However, the defenders are struggling with coming out of the back and they have questions. So they want to be able to work on this as well as the offense because they are making a lot of mistakes coming out of the back. So because my focus point as a coach is right now the attacking half, and unless I have an assistant coach and I have an assistant coach, usually I send him to the other side. Either way, if you can communicate and you say, Coach, I have a question. Coach, I want to understand something. I want to make sure these are the questions how you ask to a coach. I want to make this more clear for myself because I struggle with this in the game. I don't understand this. I struggle this in the game. These are very important words because immediately, if you say, I have a question, but in the middle of the thing, that might be kind of like, okay, let me do this and let's move on to the next one. That could happen, even for me, right? Experienced coach, I've been doing this 25 years. It could pass. But when you use the language, coach, I really struggle with this in the game. Can I ask you a question? That means this is an important thing that can affect your development, your attendance to the team, your help to the team. So the coach at that point is locked to answer that. And it's also shows how important it is for you to learn that moment. So it's critical that you guys utilize your power as a player with respect to the coach. Just say, I have a question. You ignore my question. No, it's not helping anybody, right? So yes, the coach has got to listen, but if it's in the middle of a drill and they're actually stepping to the forwards or whatever, that they might be prioritizing that part right now. But when you bring it up, coach, I really struggle with this in the game. That word's critical. Moin, I'm reading what you said. The player can get better and the coach can help find right skills you need to work on. Okay, that's good. So critical thing about this too, guys, is how we communicate with teammates and coaches to get more answers. Because the worst thing is what you guys are doing right now is not talking, not communicating. When you don't communicate, we assume you understand. So we get frustrated with you when you don't do something that we want you to do because we assume. You don't look dumb when you ask questions. Just make sure you're respectful about it. Okay. Coach, I have a question. I can address it next play, but it's really important to me. I'm struggling with this. Perfect thing. When a player says they're struggling with a decision or a technical thing, our coaches has to stop and come and get you. And that's a critical thing for our development. So make sure you utilize that. Okay. Is there any other suggestions you guys have? What else can you be respectful and get the attention of a coach? I swear Coke Zero is not my sponsor. You can ask after a exercise for sure. Anything else, guys? Less you talk, less curious, and less feature you have. I'm just gonna be upfront with you guys. Like, you want more info. You want to be better. Like, the best students are the ones that ask questions. I mean, even if you think you get it all, you don't. And you don't, you don't. You guys are smart kids. Yeah, you can ask how to make a better type, but how do you ask it? Like, for example, I said, Coach, I struggle with this. It's a good way to start getting the attention of the coach that they understand that this is important to you and it's important for the team. After practice is a good one. Before practice is a good one. Very good. Yep, that's very good, guys. And also, like, another moment is the moment it happens. So you know how coaches say, all right, let's just say, I'll give you an example. Let's just say we're working on open the game. Usually when we're coming out from the back all the way here, what do we do when we're on our whole side? Outside attacking doesn't make this run. It's the outside attacking midfield checking into the gap here. And number 9, because they take the attention, number 9 makes the run to here, correct? So if I see this guy waiting right here, I have a good freeze moment for myself to say as a coach, hey, you are actually keeping this area full while we want to clear. And you're only giving one option. When our number 9 is making a run, and this is what he's supposed to do in this system, right? When number 9 is making a run, you are crowding this area. We need to switch so we can mess up the balance of the defense. So when you check into this area like this, you will take attention with you. And also, given if they don't come to you, and number 9 is making a run, right? If they do not mark you and he's more worried about 9, we can connect this and you can connect there, or you can give it back to after receiving it from number 2. You can turn and pass it back to 9 or to make that run to go inside, and you can actually start running. 11 can start running, and we can actually finish this attack properly. Do you understand? So that freeze moment as a player, you can also use. Like, for example, you are number 2 and you got the ball and you are getting pressure on you and the 7 is not showing and number 9 is making a run, but he's just maybe too far from the play. He's not going on time. This guy is maybe marked and this guy is not coming here, and you don't see a lot of options. By the time that you pass the ball, they blocked it. So you want to ask, Coach, can I ask you a question right this moment? And you cannot always do this, but it's very important to you. This is happening to you in the game. That's a good moment for you to freeze, to ask a question that makes the moment very important for you. And that's a good future coach as well. So you can say, hey, coach, we worked on it on the board in a Zoom session that 7 should make a run, like act like he's going to go wide and come back to in, takes the attention, and 9 makes a run. But I don't see any of those options right now when I get the ball. Those are my number one options, you said. So now I'm only stuck with dropping it back to my player, which is nothing bad about it, by the way. But we do want you to have that option so we can actually attack and go forward. So now my number 2, you, a wing back, can put the moment, and the players now, they have to make that moment, and the coach will support you on this. And when you get the support from the coach, the player is now seeing it from your perspective. It's not just the coach wanting this, it's also the players wanting this to look better in the field and help the team more as well. Does that make sense? I get some direct messages. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say the name of the person, but yeah, if there are players who are not committed to coming to practices, you gotta address that with the coach, just like communication. Hey, coach, I want to build a communication with this player, but he's never at practice, and he's just showing up to games. That's just doesn't seem to be fair. And you have my support as a director of soccer and the leader of this club. You have my support. That player, I'm not gonna say his name. Okay. I hope that helps. That's Yeah, somebody asked about how to get better shooting. This is not what we're subjecting right now, but we will be working on shooting before the spring league starts, for sure. So different shooting techniques, and I will be posting videos in our YouTube page. Guys, we have a lot of good exercises for this kind of stuff. And you can check IDT Soccer in Instagram. Gala FC's Instagram and YouTube pages have a lot of videos. Please check those to get more information. We post a lot of exercises, activities there. So please take advantage of that. I like some of these comments though. And that person, communication with a player who's not showing up to practice is definitely a problem. So you need to address that with the coach. All right, guys, anything else about this? So the last part, I wanted to kind of show that it's a short session today. I wanted to kind of address this evaluation thing, and I wanted to explain to you guys how to do it, and kind of address some of your questions and how important it is to build this coach-player relationship to us as a club and to our coaches, to you guys, to make Gala's future better. We are going to constantly improve, and this is one of the ways that we're going to be improving. I am keeping the coaches accountable too, and I'm counting on them, and I'm counting on you guys to communicate with me. And if you have any concerns, even about the coaches, you communicate with me, and I'm the lead of everything to help them. But I will also support my coaches because it's their job is not easy either. They're dealing with a lot of heads, a lot of parents, and not always easy to do. So from outside, it's always easy. From outside, my job looks easy. But it's not. All right. Thank you for coming, guys. I appreciate you all. Do you have a question? I'll wait for 30 seconds for a question, and then we are done for this one. All right. Remember the link is there in the chat. I'll post it one more time. Tell me if you can, when you click on it, it opens up. One question came, what if in this scenario, you're talking about this scenario, right? What if the drop is not an option too? This player comes and drop is cut. There's always something else. If they are covering the drop, there's also always a through ball. I don't like this option that much. So I would say either try to hold it on the white until something better comes, or hopefully 6 shows up to this gap and you can find a through. Our number one option is finding the space. 2 is finding forward center. 3 is drop. 4 is this one if you're playing with 1-6. If you're playing with 2 6s, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and possibly to the keeper, about 5 wide though. Do not pass it towards the goal. Okay. Does that answer your question, Noah? All right, buddy. So when you click on this, oh my God, it keeps sending it to you. Hold on. If you click on this, can you guys open the file in the chat? Okay, so print that and fill it yourself. If you want to print 2 copies and have your parent fill it too, just to compare where they think you are and where you think you are. But we're going to make our coaches do it too before the spring league. Okay? Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful night. Thanks for stopping by.